guys, what's up? It's Joe Ready from Rady's Rise. We're back here at Crown Eurocars in Pinellas Park, Florida, and guess what? I have that one muscle car that, even though they don't produce it anymore currently, still has the goods. What am I talking about? This vehicle right here. This is a 2022 Shelby GT500. But before we get into one of the OGs of that original muscle car era, let's talk about what's going on here. So you heard correctly, the GT500 no longer exists. It died with the S550 platform. Now, of course, we're in the S650 platform, and there's no Shelby GT500 as of right now. Supposedly Ford is working on it, and the engine has already been codenamed the Legend. The engine under the hood of this Shelby GT500 is known affectionately as the Predator. Now, what's really fascinating is, of course, you have seen all the chit-chat about the Mustang GTD, that very special Mustang that has an MSRP well over $300,000. Guess what? Has the basic foundation, the heart, from the Shelby GT500. So what I want to find out is this Shelby GT500 really the performance muscle car bargain, especially when you look at the goods that it has compared to that very pricey Mustang GTD? Let's go ahead, let's dive into this one and see if we can figure it out. Right off the bat, it's a very famous color, but it's not really famous on a Shelby. This is code orange, which, if you know your Ford colors, this is the official color of the Ford F-150 Raptor. Very interesting how they brought it to the GT500. I was hoping they were going to do like a grabber orange, a little bit brighter orange. This one is a deeper orange. Think Halloween pumpkins. Now, at the front of the business, I love on the S550 platform the older headlight style, LED headlights, LED tri-bar. You do get that extra width because we're running wider wheels and tires than your standard Mustang GT. My big zonk still is the non-functional venting that they put here. This would have been perfect to have it functional. This one has the addition of these canards on the corner, and this is your standard GT500 splitter. Of course, all GT500s are going to have that wire mesh, honeycomb wire mesh, with those massive heat exchangers lurking behind. Now, the reason why I said standard GT500 is, remember, with the GT500 series on the S550 platform, you could option in that $18,000 carbon fiber track package, which this one does not have. So something to think about. But this is your standard splitter setup. Still very aggressive, just not as aggressive as if you check the box on that carbon fiber track package. Now, as we come across that center grille, you do have the largest Cobra badge ever placed on any GT500 or GT350, going all the way back to the OG days. 1965 was the first year of the GT350. 1967 was the first year of the GT500. This particular one has some orange inserts to highlight that GT500 badge. There is a bit of gloss black. I wish they would have done something a little different with this, but I do like that honeycomb, just like a big old bowl of honeycomb cereal. Honeycomb wire mesh top grille, bottom grille, and then of course those racing stripes with that splitter and the Shelby orange inserts as well to make it pop. But this has got to be one of the meanest looking front ends of any muscle car from any era, and obviously looks different from the Mustang GTD. The Mustang GTD way wider. It's almost like the Mustang GTD looks like a cartoon version of the GT500. But let me know what you think about this 2022 GT500, because it still looks so damn good. Now, as we rise up, you got the over-the-top stripes. These are vinyl. You could have optioned in painted stripes for a price of $10,000. Large gloss black heat extractor, fully functional, and that muscle car bulge, so you don't have to wear your cup anymore to look big. You do have your hood pins, factory hood pins. Love that style. And Ford says it is required at terminal velocity to have those pins locking down the hood. Now, as we come around the bend, what are we working with wheel and tire setup? So these are your standard wheels on your GT500. Gloss black, split spoke design, 20-inch wheel in diameter, and then look at those freaking deep dish pizza style wheels. Over 16 inches in diameter with the Ragu tomato sauce Brembo 6-piston calipers. Wrapped around these wheels are those very sticky Pilot Sport 4S tires. They give you the stick, but they also give you some good street durability as well. And don't forget, all GT500s sit on that magnet ride suspension. Now, the biggest issue, well, not really an issue, but the biggest difference between this and the Mustang GTD is that this has the conventional front-mounted transmission bolted to the back of the Predator V8. The GTD is the first Mustang ever to have that transaxle to help with the weight distribution. I've always wondered, what could the GT500 do around the Nürburgring? Ford never did a time on it. Very, very interesting that they never did that. But let me know what you think about the wheel style with our code orange. I think it looks great. The black and orange, it's all about Halloween. Trick or treat, smell my feet, give me something good to eat. Coming down the side, you got that flared fender with the Cobra badge. I wish that they would have actually done fender venting like on the GT350. That's one of my favorite parts of a GT350 is that flared fender. They didn't do that with the GT500 with actually having the functional venting in the flared fender. But these fenders are wider than your standard Mustang GTD. Excuse me, Mustang GT. GTD is way wider. Now, you do get gloss black on your mirror caps, and you do have that, like I said, the over-the-top stripes, code orange everywhere, door handles, flat black on that sill. That sill is specific to the GT500. Coming towards the rear, when we look at the tire size, you're gonna get, of course, more rubber to meet the road. Still a 20-inch wheel. Tires are 315s with a 30 series sidewall, and you do get 4-piston Brembo calipers out back, 15-inch rotors, and the rotors are 2-piece out back as well. Swinging around the back, this does, of course, have an electronic limited slip diff, 373 gears, and you do have your standard GT500 trunklet spoiler. Love that traditional tri-bar taillights, that massive 5 inches of Cobra. It's gonna bite you in the freaking neck and just kill you. And then dropping it like it's hot, you got those large quad tip exhausts. It is the Ford Performance exhaust. Keep it quiet if you really want to, but you don't buy a GT500 to keep it quiet. That's like buying a Cobra and never letting it bite somebody. You gotta have somebody have a, if you got a Cobra, you gotta let it bite somebody. Just to have some fun. But what's great is you got a unique rear diffuser, and there are heat exchangers. So you have your diff cooler, there's a transmission cooler, engine oil cooler, and I love all the functional venting out back. But just look at how mean the back of this GT500, and like I said, this ain't even the track pack one. But why don't we go ahead, let's pop the hood pins and check out the Predator and Arnold Schwarzenegger underneath. All right, guys, we got the hood popped. You do have an Arnold Schwarzenegger sized hood strut. You can see the functionality of that heat extractor underneath the hood. There it is. First of all, you got that Brooklyn Bridge size strut tower brace with the Ford Performance badge. Then you have the official signature of the person that hand assembled that Predator V8. Here's the stats. 5.2 liters of muscle car goodness with that supercharged V8. It's 760 horsepower, 625 pound-feet of torque. It is mated to a 7-speed Tremec DCT transmission. 0 to 60 in 3.3 seconds, quarter mile in 11 seconds flat at 135 miles an hour, and top speed is right around 180 miles an hour. MPGs, if you really care, are 12 in the city, 18 on the highway, and this vehicle weighs right around 4,171 pounds. Now, if you're comparing this to the GTD, this is like a GTD Lite. 815 horsepower from the same 5.2 liter supercharged V8. Instead of a 7-speed Tremec DCT, the GTD uses a 8-speed dual clutch transmission, still a Tremec. And like I said, the two biggest differences, transmission is out back, it's a transaxle, and the suspension is inboard push rod suspension like a freaking Formula One car. But why don't we go ahead, let's fire up this code orange and see if we could call out a code red. All right, guys, we're inside this 2022 Shelby GT500. It never gets old. When you get the keys to a GT500, I don't care how many times you sat in one or driven one, it's always like the first time. I love that about this car. Now, I know you're probably saying, well, Joe, I want a GT500. I missed out. I should have listened to you when you told me to buy one before they stopped making them. Now I can't buy a new one, so this is my only option. How much is this one? MSRP, the way that this one is, asking price is $103,000. But let's see what you get when you go GT500 to the door panels. Clean style, most would say simple and dated. I'm okay with it. You do have a little bit of black and white diagonal striping. I wish they would have done that throughout the whole midsection of the door panel, but they did not, so that's a zonk. Everything else is soft touch, and you have a door pocket large enough for a big Buford from Checkers fries, and a banana milkshake. Now, going from the door panel to the dash, when you get a GT500, you got your own specific chassis number. Soft touch, this is your standard finish. It's a no glare finish, which is really nice. Slide on in, you got your B&O sound system. I love the analog fuel pressure and oil temp. Two very important, when I say fuel pressure, oil pressure and oil temp, two very important gauges. Either of these go into the red or it drops down to 0 on the oil pressure, you better shut this engine off ASAP. Working your way down, there's some forged carbon fiber trim that somebody added. I have not tested this to see if it's real carbon fiber. I left my test kit at home. 8-inch infotainment system. You got that aluminum start-stop button. Dual climate control, which is nice. No heated or ventilated seats because we got the Recaros. You can make your adjustments to your exhaust, your drive modes, USB-A, 12 volt. You better get a radar detector and a place for 3 track day Twinkies. I do like the flat black. You have that rotary dial for the 7-speed dual clutch. Guess what? The GTD has the same thing. Same thing. 2 cup holders. There's the Cobra. Somebody put a little bit of orange on there. You could do remote start. There's more of that nice diagonal trim. Soft touch, open it up. Another USB-A at 12 volt, and you got enough room in there to where you could put the your jar that has all the tears of all the people who don't own a GT500. And then when they see yours, they cry because they went out and got a Toyota Corolla because that's what their significant other said to do. Because they said, let's be smart with our car purchase. Seats, the Recaros, love the leather, the embroidery, the Alcantara. They are manual adjustments for the passenger and for the driver. And because this is a non-track pack, carbon fiber track pack, you do get a rear seat. The good news about that is that if you have little kids, you could share the car passion with them and take them along with you when you go on throttle. But why don't you go ahead? We're not ready for on throttle yet. I was just getting you excited. Come over here. I want to show you behind the flat bottom steering wheel in this GT500. All right, guys, business time behind the wheel. You do get the Ford Performance badge. This is a Ford Performance vehicle for sure. This one has some optional, somebody put on these aluminum pedals. They look good, brake pedal and throttle. I just wish they would have done something with the dead pedal. So whoever modded these pedals, you missed out on one. So that's a zonk. You got your manual seat controls, no big deal because you're in Recaros. These things hold you in like a mother holds their newborn baby. And then Steering wheel, the Alcantara, the leather, that Cobra badge. You do have metal pedals on the back of the wheel to go up and down that 7-speed dual clutch. It is a manual tilting and telescoping wheel. And then you have the best digital gauge cluster. Ford really screwed the pooch with the new S650 digital gauge cluster. This one has everything that you want. You can make all your adjustments to your exhaust. You can go into the different modes, which are great. Obviously, real simple to do. You notice on the left how it's changing within the tag. Look at that. There's the tag right across. It says track use only. Sure, whatever you say. Big bulge. I'm 6 feet tall, plenty of room. I'm not showing you the trunk. You have 14 cubic feet of space. We've already shown you enough trunks in Mustangs. If you're ready, I'm ready. Let's go on throttle in this supercharged Mustang. As we are behind the wheel of this 2022 Shelby GT500, is this essentially a Mustang GTD Lite? And definitely, if that's the case, it's lighter on price. That's for sure. Right away, I love the digital gauge cluster, that big bulge of a hood. I have it in manual shift mode, and we are in track mode. And if you're ready, I'm ready. First gear, on throttle! Wow. Wow, 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 wow. This thing is a beast. I always forget just how insane these GT500s are. Wow. And the thing that's so incredible is that they handle so freaking well. For being a larger car, a heavier car, they handle ultra well. The 7-speed DCT shifts like lightning, whether you're going up the gears or down the gears. Recaros hold you in. And visibility is actually pretty damn good in these Shelbys, any Mustang, to be honest with you. On throttle! Wow! It gets the power to the ground so effectively. I'm like drooling on myself. That's what this car does to you. It makes you drool. And it gives you eargasms, bodygasms, the whole 9 yards. Listen to that sound. That sound. Wow. That sound, that sound. You ready? On throttle! Wow. Wow, look at this. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Woo-hoo-hoo! This thing is a beast. Definitely a Mustang GTD Lite. I mean, 760 horsepower, all that torque, the balance, it's got it all. Holds a line so well. That Magna-Ride suspension just really reads the road super well. You have launch control. I hear a little bit of supercharger whine. I just wish there was a little bit more. I wish there was a little bit more on this supercharger whine. But then at the end of the day, it's a comfortable car to drive. Feels good. The Magna-Ride suspension is good when you're going full tilt boogie or when you're just chilling like a villain. It's that simple. Nice downshifts. The brakes, golly. And yes, I know the Mustang GTD has carbon fiber bodywork. It's got the carbon ceramic brake rotors. You can option magnesium wheels. But let's be real. If you're not going to the Nürburgring, all that stuff is pretty much all show and no go if you're not using it. It's got the drag reduction system. So it does bring a lot of extra race car tech and engineering, but there is that higher price point. And you're getting the Predator in this thing. You're getting the better dash. I love the dash in these S550s. Even though I would prefer analog, like in my Shelby GT350, they got this dash so right, it's ridiculous. Man, this is what muscle car dreams are made of. It's that simple. Sweet dreams are made like these. But I'm hoping that this has been a good, quick overall review of what the GT500 is bringing. For that last iteration, we're gonna get back to Crown Eurocars and wrap this one up. So I'll see you in a nanosecond. Guys, been another great day in so many ways here at Crown Eurocars. Definitely gotta thank Michael and the rest of the team getting us access to this 2022 Shelby GT500 Code Orange. Let me know what you think. Is this like a GTD Lite? And is it one of the greatest performance muscle cars of all time? Let me know in that comment section. But if you're new to the channel, you're on your way out, hit that subscribe button. I promise you it's worthwhile. I'll come back for more. If you are a subscriber, thank you for being part of the Raised Wise family. Gotta get out to Stephen Flood. He does not mind being bit by the cobra, because guess what? He has plenty of girlfriends to suck the poison out. So thank you, Stephen, for all that you do. And just like always, guys, I'll see you on the next ride.